I'm Alicia, and I'm going to do my how-to speech on how to tie-dye clothing. So first off, you want to grab your materials, which as you can see I have an array of colors. You'll need that to tie-dye. It's dye plus water, and then you need your water in order to add the water to the dye. Next you will need gloves, so that way you don't get dye on your hands because it won't come off for at least a week. And then you also need rubber bands to tie your shirt. And lastly, you need a cotton shirt. Not lastly, actually, you will need a plastic bag at the end in order to have your shirt get 6 to 8 hours of sitting, so that way the color stays. So first off, put on your gloves. Like I said, it's important to do this, that way you don't stain your hands. I already did that with my last one. After you have your gloves on, we have to put water inside of each of the tubes. I've already done that, but as to show you, you untwist the cap, it's available, and pour it until it reaches the line that's suggested on the top. Alright, that easy. Twist the cap back on, and you're good to go. So next thing we'll do is we grab the shirt, and I'm going to do the classic swirl for tie-dye. You can do an array of styles, but this one is by far the easiest, and it looks the coolest. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 fingers, and you're going to pinch the center of the shirt, and all you're going to do is twist it counterclockwise. And that's going to create your swirl. And it's fairly simple, just keep twisting it from the center until it comes to a complete roll up. Just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as it's rolled all the way, you're good to go. And next, you're going to take your rubber bands, and you're going to tie it on each side. And I did 6, that way it's perfectly even around to make 12 sides. Just keep doing that. And some people twist not in the center, they do it from the corner. If you want your spiral to start in the corner, and that's fine too. Just do 2 more. Alright, 1 left. Alright, we're good to go. So after you have your shirt rolled and all of your rubber bands are aligned on the shirt, we can start coloring. You can choose any colors you want. A lot of people like to do the rainbow, and that's fine. I am just going to do a random assortment. Start with red. And so you'll start on one end of the shirt, and you just do 1 space in between 2 rubber bands and just glide it around the entire shirt. I like mine to be a little bit messy because the point of tie-dye is to be a little creative and different than, you know, the last one that you make, so it's okay to be a little sporadic with your coloring. Next I will do orange. Pretty fast. You just glide it around all of the shirt, but again, be careful not to get the dye on your clothes. It's recommended to wear an apron or something protective because it does stain and it's really hard to get out. Okay, orange done. Move on to yellow. Spray that along the whole corner there in between the 2 rubber bands. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We'll do green next. And you can buy little dye kits at the store if you don't, but if you don't want to spend as much money on an entire set like this, then it's easy to just use food coloring. You use a couple drops of food coloring and about a half tablespoon of white vinegar, and then about a half cup of water into each one of these little tubes, and it works just the same. The color won't be as vibrant as if you use this dye, but it still turns out pretty cool. Okay, next we'll do teal. That one's gonna be pretty. Again, just spray it on there. And get as much of it as you want. I like having a little bit of white in between, because then you can really see the colors pop. Next we'll do blue. I got 3 corners left to do. Just splash it all around there. See, it's already turning out pretty cool. For all of our colors, matching up pretty well. Next we will do, let's do a dark blue. And also, just to add in, it gets pretty messy and it drops a lot the color on your table, so I put a mat over mine. You don't have to, but if you don't want to get your table stained, if you have a wood table, it's recommended to put a sheet over it. We got one last color, so I think I'll just go with black. I haven't used black before, so hopefully it doesn't get rid of all the color. Alright. And then I won't show you, but you'll do the same thing, add each color to the back side on the same corner that you did with the color in the front. And after that's done, you let the colors sit for about 6 to 8 hours in the big Ziploc bag. This is a freezer bag, so that way you've got enough room to wiggle it and close it. After you let it sit for 6 to 8 hours, you will rinse it in the sink, making sure you're washing it until the water appears clear. Afterward, you will put it in the washer on a low cycle with minimal washer cleaner. And afterward, you will take it out of the bag. I have an example here. Once it's out of the washer and you've dried it, if that's what you prefer, you take off your gloves at this point. Take it out of the bag. The shirt will be ready to go. You take off all of the rubber bands. A couple left. It's very easy. Afterward, you'll have a pretty cool shirt. It turned out very nice. Alright, that is my how-to video on how to tie-dye clothing. The same method can be used on any other clothing material. It doesn't have to be just a t-shirt or a cotton t-shirt. It can be anything, as a blanket, scarf, hoodie, whatever you prefer. But yeah, 6 to 8 hours and you have a brand new t-shirt. Thank you. This is Alicia and this is my how-to video.